Good evening from Galactic Public Radio on NC. I'm Spencer McDunn, and these are the top headlines from around the known galaxy. Another round of humiliating defeats for federal forces has defense analysts scratching their heads. For the latest, we go to Smooth Furnace in the Sol system.
Thanks, Spencer. Federal loyalists Lee Chotep for Equality are licking their wounds this week as a result of their defeat at the hands of the new Kuwemba labor faction. Pursuant to Pilots Federation regulations and starport charters, all systems with primary stations controlled by new Kuwemba labor are now free of federal control. The NKL's victory has also emboldened several other federal factions. Selkana Labor, United HIP 108095 Values Party, and Mutumu Future have also declared independence, and those factions control an additional 28 systems. Governor Sonal Mishra, leader of the new Kuwemba Labor, reminded everyone about the root cause of the rebellions, telling the media, quote, "It is regrettable that we were forced to secede, but this should be a warning to President Hudson that he is taking the Federation down a dangerous path." End quote. One of the first acts of the newly independent government was to disconnect the comm interlinks with the Proactive Detection Bureau. This means that the system's routine, private, and public communications are now free from monitoring in the absence of a court order. As rebellion and secession are the only demonstrably effective means of political change and privacy rights, more federal factions are openly considering it. According to many analysts, this once again illustrates the ineffectiveness of the PDB program. One source told GPR, quote, "They can't catch the terrorists, they can't stop the independent pilots, and they can't arrest everyone who talks about secession with their grandma. I don't know what they thought the endgame was supposed to look like, but it's not looking good." End quote. Defense analysts are also surprised that the regular federal Navy has not been brought to bear on the rebellious systems. While this escalation is still possible, further delays only make it more likely that the PDB's days are numbered. From the Sol System for Galactic Public Radio, I'm Smooth Furnace.
Thanks, Smooth. The increasing popularity and availability of the Helix brand of onion head have prompted officials to weigh in on the new narcotic. Former federal president Jasmina Halsey, an early opponent of the original onion head strain, told the media, quote, "I am pleased that my decision to outlaw onion head stands. I still maintain that it leads to experimentation with more dangerous narcotics, and we must steer our youth away from that path." End quote. But the firm ban only extends to federal systems. While the Empire has also officially outlawed the Gamma strain, most high-ranking officials are effectively immune from criminal charges for possession of contraband. The Alliance has a long tradition of deference to local systems on health and safety interests, and has yet to enact a blanket ban. However, Deputy Prime Minister Angela Corcoran issued a statement to the media stating, quote, "As with most trade, we defer to the legislation of local authorities. But we are in contact with the IHO and are keeping a close eye on the situation." End quote. Finally, in local news, a Beluga liner wedged itself into the entry port of Elion City today, and in a shocking turn of events, was not destroyed by starport traffic control. Preliminary investigations have not discovered any obvious causes for either the stuck vessel or the lack of response by the station defenses. Guard Frequency Response Deputy Assistant Director Richard Clemens told GPR, quote, "How the passenger ship managed to cram itself into the mail slot isn't surprising by itself. The Beluga is famous for scraping the bulkheads of starports everywhere. However, it should have been removed with extreme prejudice 90 seconds or so after it became a traffic hazard. We are fairly certain there was no mechanical issues with the weapons. We know this because at least one ship also got stuck while trying to get around the Beluga and was properly and promptly obliterated. We should know more after debriefing the crew of the ship and the traffic controllers on duty at the time. But pilots should not expect this one-time reprieve from a summary destruction penalty to become a regular feature." End quote. Until the next turn of the worlds for Galactic Public Radio, I'm Spencer McDunn. Good night.